Hey Jackal, did you know that the path length in nodes inside DaVinci Resolve does not equal to the displaced length of the path? I didn't, and I got a comment in this video, where I made a path that goes from point A to point B in various shapes, so it's not a straight line. But I didn't use an image. So let's see what the issue can look like. So we have an image and we have a path that the image follows, and we also display the path. At the moment it looks okay. Moving on, and suddenly the path moves ahead of the image. Then the image catches on, but when you have a bunch of curves, the path will always move ahead of the image. And then the image will catch on, and so on, depending on how long the path is. And sometimes it also happens that the image goes ahead of the path. So can you fix this issue, and how can you fix it, and why does it happen? This is something that Video Abyss brought to my attention, and from the WISA class forum they got, let's see, path length uses the actual length of the path to determine the speed and movement of the driving force. Path displacement is similar to the actual displacement and moves at a vector speed using a straight line between the 2 points. So if you have a straight line from point A to point B, both of the functions will do the same task. But if you have curves, like I have shown you in the example, then the length will be correct, but the displacement will not be. But can we fix the issue? Yes, we can, at least to some extent. So let's see what we can do to maybe fix the issue. I'll go to the media pool, right click, make a new fusion composition, put this onto a timeline, and I already have 2 images that I can use. Go into the fusion page, add the images in. I'll make a simple polygon, and I will make a bunch of curves and also straight lines, just so we can see when the issue pops up. I think this is good. Now I need to make this into a path, so I will publish it. And I can also increase the border width. Then I will animate this. So I will animate the length option. I'll go to frame 20, keyframe the length as 0, go to frame 100, set the length to 1. If you want to change the color, simply introduce a background, connect it like so, and change the color in the background. You can apply the soft edge if you want, just a tiny bit. And I will increase the border width and maybe position this point up. So we have the animation, and now we need to apply an image that will follow this point. So I will use this image. How you make it follow the point is use a transform node, right click on the center and select path, because the polygon is a path, and then go to the modifiers, right click down here and choose connect to polygon 1 polyline value. So this is now connected to the path. Combine the 2 nodes and switch between these 2 inputs. So with the merge selected, Ctrl T, this is now switched around. Now what I may need to do is simply disconnect the transfer node. Actually, what I need to do is separate this section. So I need to use another background node, connect this as a background. I'll set the alpha to 0. Then I will disconnect the transform and position it here. So this will actually move with the path. And then I will connect this path at the end. And now the path is on top of the image, so I will simply use Ctrl T again on this merge to position it in the back. So the image is now positioned, but it's in the beginning, and I need to scale it down. I can maybe scale it down in the merge by adjusting the size, and in the transfer node I have to go to the modifiers, path, and I have to adjust the displacement. So I will keyframe it, but I will keyframe it to be at the same position as the polygon. So frame 20, value is 0, and frame 100, the displacement value will be 1. Now let's simply go over frame by frame and see, yep, we immediately have issues. The image catches on when the line is straight and maybe goes ahead, still ahead of the line. Let's maybe take a look at the values. So the polygon value, the length is 0.55 in this case, and the transform displacement is also the same. So this is quite strange. Now what I expected at this point is for this value to be different, but it is not. Now if I add a point and move it, I can kind of match it, but that's not exactly what you want to do. Now what I have done previously that kind of worked is use an expression. So let's see, is this value still the same? 0.79 and some change. And this time the value is not the same, as you can see. This time this is 0.8. Now if you hover over the length option, in this case in the bottom left you will see polygon 1 dot right length. We can use this as reference and put it in the transform modifier, and I will simply type in equals and type in polygon 1 dot right length. So now this will always have the same value as the polygon, but in this case we still have an issue because it somehow doesn't take into account where the polygon actually is. So in this example we can see that the length of 0.25 is not the same in the polygon, even if we use the same value for the displacement. Does something change if I change the image though? So this is a different image. Nope, the image still stays the same. What we could do is increase the image size. So the only fix, if you want to have a smooth animation, is still a manual task. So let me put this image back, scale it down. So the only fix is to go frame by frame. In this case I've animated the polygon length. Just leave the length as is. You will have to go to the transform node, modifiers, and not use this as an expression. So simply remove it and you will adjust the value here. So as you saw, if you want to sync the length of the path with an image on top of it, you can't escape some manual tweaking, at least at this point in time, because the length is not the same as the displacement length. If you found the video useful, subscribe to the channel and we'll do something else in the next one.